And hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Before we get into today's video, make sure you drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel for more Celtic content. So of course we are back in action again this weekend as we take on Kilmarnock away from home on Sunday. Looking forward to that game. Games are obviously coming thick and fast for Celtic right now. We are in that busy festive period as we are in the build-up now to the January transfer window, which I'm sure Celtic will also be very active in also. So, of course, we like to discuss games when they come around, but there's not much news going on around Celtic right now with regards to the game, no injury updates or anything like that. But I do want to discuss a lot of transfer news in today's video, because Brendan Rodgers has spoken out about some potential plans for the January transfer window. Of course, Celtic are facing a unique challenge as they head into the January transfer window. Manager Brendan Rodgers has highlighted the need for a swift action in securing a new striker, with of course the Asian Cup likely to call away key players Kyogo, Maeda and Hoyango Oi, who of course is in very good form right now. The situation poses a potential problem for the Hoops, as their attacking options could be significantly limited during a critical part of the season. With all three front men expected to participate in the Asian Cup, Celtic's depth in the forward position will be tested. Obviously all three players forwards for Celtic, especially the two, Kyogo and Hoyango Oi, very key players and obviously a key source for us getting goals in games. The urgency of this recruitment is further heightened by the Scottish football schedule, which includes a 3-week winter shutdown in January. This break offers Celtic a chance to integrate a new player into the team, a move that could prove beneficial for the second half of the season. So of course, Rodgers and his team therefore are under a bit of pressure to act quickly and efficiently. The club's ability to scout and sign a striker who can immediately adapt to Celtic's style of play will be crucial in this time period with this players being out and away from the squad. This new addition is expected to provide the necessary depth and versatility to the squad, ensuring Celtic remains competitive. And of course, as the January transfer window does approach, fans will be keen to see who Celtic bring in to bolster their attacking options. We spoke about Bojan Maviosky from Aberdeen potentially coming in yesterday. Of course, everything is just speculation right now. On this channel, though, we like to provide you the most reliable sources. So when you are listening to what we have to say with regards to transfer news, you are getting the most reliable Celtic sources on the internet. We're not providing you with absolute garbage that a lot of other people do. But of course, nothing's ever guaranteed in football. So maybe some of the names that we do mention don't always make their way to the club, or players leave the club and we mention that they might leave. But that is what's been said at this moment in time. So that's what we'll provide you with right now. But Brendan Rodgers has spoken out, and we'll play the clip of him speaking to Clyde Radio about what might need to happen in the January transfer window.
It'll depend. Clearly, obviously, we're trying to anticipate over the last few months the guys that will go away to the Asian Cup. So clearly, if Daisan's away and Kyogo's away and O's away, then clearly we would have to do something in the market.
Of course, Brendan Rodgers basically saying that he might look towards to sign a new forward in January if several of his attacking players are involved in the Asian Cup. So the main man that we mentioned yesterday, Bojan Maviosky, could be a good option. But we spoke about some of the difficulties that Celtic could face in signing him, such as obviously Aberdeen not wanting to sell to Celtic due to our dominance in the league, and that would obviously, of course, weaken them and strengthen us and make that gap even bigger at the top of the table. And of course, as well as that, the transfer fee in question will be a lot higher with that reasoning as well. And will Bojan want to join us, knowing that he will not be the first choice striker? And of course, he's getting a lot of game time right now for Aberdeen, and he's in great form. Now, another player that has emerged onto Celtic's radar is one that we were linked to during the summer transfer window but never came to fruition. That is, of course, Danish frontman Mavius Kvistgaarden. The 21-year-old was initially linked with a move to us in the summer, of course, but nothing ever came to fruition, as you just mentioned. But the boys have reignited their interest, according to Danish outlet Tips Bladet, and we are back in the hunt for Kvistgaarden as a potential option. There are other teams interested in the player, including those from the Bundesliga, France, Premier League and English Championship. It is said that Brøndby won't let Kvistgaarden go cheap, and they would want around £8.5 million for one of their prized assets. Of course, that price does seem to be rather steep for a player that has less than 100 senior appearances in his career. And of course, if there is that amount of money, Celtic like that will want to pay that amount, especially if teams in the Premier League are linked to him. They have the money, of course, and the resources to beat us financially to his signature. And £8.5 million is a lot of money for someone that isn't guaranteed to be a first-team starter. So this is obviously, of course, speculation right now and just interest from Celtic's part. But if that transfer fee that they are expecting, Brøndby, that is far too high for Celtic, of course. It, of course, will be a game between several sides to land the signature of Chris Garden, but Celtic will be right up there amid Brendan Rodgers' desire to increase his attacking power, as you mentioned earlier just then. So, right now, it looks like the two options are Mivioski and Chris Garden. I think that's how you say his name, Chris Garden. He's Danish. But, you know, for me, I would go for Mivioski if you had the choice, due to his experience in the league so far, and of course being clinical for Aberdeen. And I think as well he'll be a little bit cheaper than £8.5 million that Chris Garden would cost us. And of course, Chris Garden's 21 years old, probably got lots and lots of potential, very good young player, but is he going to be a guaranteed success? Probably not. I know Mivioski isn't a guaranteed success, but he's got a higher chance of making it at Celtic with his already experience in the Scottish League. So for me, Mivioski would be my choice, but you can imagine that this January period is going to be pretty hectic for Celtic. A lot's going to happen. A lot of changes, I think, will happen in and around the squad. I think a lot of players might leave. Brendan Rodgers has spoken out about how his squad needs to be it's quite packed right now. He needs a lot of players to leave, maybe go on loan or be sold, stuff like that. But it's going to be a hectic time for Celtic, so keep an eye out with regards to what happens in the January transfer window for sure. We will, of course, keep you updated throughout the build-up to the transfer window and stuff like that as well. It's going to be pretty hectic, of course. But let me know what you make of this transfer news here. Do you think Chris Garden could be a good option for us in the future? I mean, as you said, it's just speculation right now. I personally think it's too much for him, £8.5 million. I don't think it's going to happen. It's a bit unrealistic for Celtic standards. Of course, we have the money to spend, but look at our track record when it comes to the transfer window. We're not going to spend £8.5 million on a player, especially with his lack of experience in the league. And, of course, less than 100 senior appearances in his career as well. I know he's only 21 years old, but all those things do play into account when Celtic are looking to spend big money on players. And I don't think he's one that will buy for that amount of money, of course. But if you have the choice, Mivioski or Chris Garden, let us know down in the comment section below. Mivioski just seems like the better choice right now. A bit more experience, a little bit cheaper, and proven in the league already. Of course, let us know as well, what positions do you think we need to strengthen this January transfer window? Obviously, I think a left-back's a key one. I've seen in the comment section below, someone said a right-back is an option as well. I'm not too sure about that one. And of course, a goalkeeper. We should look out for a goalkeeper as well. I think Joe Hart's passed it as well. But it's going to be a busy time for the club, so keep an eye out with regards to our videos. Of course, we'll keep you updated with regards to everything Celtic going forward. And let us know your score predictions for the match on Sunday against Kilmarnock. It's going to be a good game. Hopefully another 3 points on the board for us. I think Kyogo will start this game. I was saying that Hyang or Oyo would start, but I think Oyo might play in the game against Feyenoord the following game. So we'll see what happens there. But yeah, drop a like on this video, guys, and subscribe to the channel for more Celtic content. Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.